Hello, and welcome to episode 3 of my Two Worlds 2 tutorial Let's Play series. This episode is going to be on doing the quest The Prophet, well, talking to the Prophet. Then we're going to go on to looking where we're going to be storing our stuff throughout our adventures in Two Worlds 2. And then we're going to go on to doing how we can craft and upgrade and dismantle our weapons, arrows and clothing, which will prove very, very useful for increasing our strength. Before I begin all of that though, I want to say a huge thank you to Tortoise Gaming. Thank you very much. You've always been very helpful, and again you've been very helpful. Thank you for letting me know about the sound in Two Worlds 2 and it's being a bit loud, so I put the generic volume down to half at 5, and of course the music I turned off already, but I've also turned off the tracks, so let's continue. And hopefully the sound will be better, but I'll keep trying to monitor it and hoping. Although you will notice with Two Worlds 2, sometimes when NPCs are talking, the music plays slightly louder, and so it's difficult to hear them. Yeah, there's minor little things like that, but overall this game is totally and utterly amazing. Absolutely love playing it. Oh, the Prophet's loud, by the way, just to warn you.
At last, you're here. Please, rise. You look much different than I'd imagined. The years have been kind to you.
Shouldn't a prophet... Thank you.
While you require little introduction, my name is Kasara.
How long have I...
Years, I'm afraid. The world has changed much in that time. Your enemies have prospered much in your absence.
Is that why you freed me?
We've come to understand that your sister is in fact the chosen vessel of Azeral, Fire Lord of Antalor. Gandahar has been drawing power from her since your capture. He has used this power to seize the throne and declare himself emperor, decimating all that stand to oppose him.
If Kyra is so important, why leave her behind?
Such an attempt might have cost us dearly. Gandahar is not yet aware of your role in the events that lay ahead, an advantage that will prove to be quite valuable.
Will we be able to help her?
That remains to be uncertain. The process Gandahar uses to draw power from Kyra is quite destructive. He has been able to offset the strain on her body using dark magic to make your strength her own. But one can only take so much. Removing her from the castle is an omen. She may not have much time.
Listen, you better have a better answer than that.
While my gifts allow me to peer into the future, I am not often given the comfort of choosing what it is I'm shown. I saw great danger lurking within the walls of Castle Varkmar. If Gandahar is allowed to continue down this path, your sister's life won't be the only one lost.
You've seen this?
Come forward and allow me to show you.
Cool, she's got a wiggle.
The end.
What makes you think we can stop it?
This is but a path, not destiny. I'm afraid we'll have to continue this later.
Are you all right?
I'll be fine. Darfar will lead you to your quarters. The orcs have assembled some equipment for you on the table to your right. Do take it with you.
I will. Thank you.
Welcome home.
Okay, so I've leveled up. New skill and attribute points available. Okay, so up here you can see the main stats for your character. Endurance will give me more hit points and allow me to carry more, which will be a good thing because I'm nearly at max weight, so that's definitely be handy to do that. Here is strength, which doesn't affect the carry weight at all, it's just your melee damage. And as I'm going to be doing magus through this series, I shall not be using the strength, which is why I said in the previous episode to keep hold of this, the Warlord, because this we'll be using to break open chests. These other weapons you'll see require stats we're never going to get, so that's why I always keep this, because I always have a way to do the difficult chests. Back to the stats. Accuracy is for the ranged, so bow, and willpower, that's the one that interests us the most out of these 4 stats. But I will be doing willpower and I will be doing endurance, so I'm going to put 1 point. How many points have I got to spend? Oh, 2. So I could put 1 point into endurance. Another skill which I'm going to use just ever so slightly is down in the general skills. You've got it's resilience. Regenerates 1 health per second. May not sound like much, but at the beginning of the game, when things are going to be slow and I haven't got yet the heal spell, and I will get the heal spell, but until I can get the heal spell, and it's going to be a ways off getting that, believe it or not. For now though, I'm going to put a point into resilience so I can regenerate my health after I've been fighting and I've got harmed. So I'm only going to put 2 points into that max, because I'm going to, like I say, get the spell heal. So I'm going to get the right gem for that, the right card. Okay, so that's the 2 points that I'll spend. Okay, now if we check, so I can now carry 5 more up to 68. So let's see if we can grab some of this armour that's been left for us.
Looks useful.
Oh no, that's it. Oh, well, I can carry that, but I can't carry that. I haven't got the weight for that, so. Okay, you'll notice that it's got this outliner, this dragon sort of thing scroll around the items that you're wearing. So when you'll notice when I equip these boots, it's going to get this around the edge. There you go. So you can see the boots put on. Let's put these trousers on. Looking a bit better. So I just got a couple of items. These aren't worth anything, so I can just drop them. Okay, upgrade. Well, I can come back and get that top when I can. Oh, I can pick it up now. Good. There we go. I mean, the stats aren't great, but it is only the very beginning of the game, for goodness sake. Right, let's carry on then and talk to Darfar. So remember to pick up your set of armour there. Every little helps. Now over to the right, here's a skill book, a warrior skill, Dirty Tricks, which whilst I'm not going to be doing warrior melee, unless it's the chests, I'm just going to bash them open, but I won't be doing no warrior skills, but I'll pick it up. And if we go to F3, it stores the skill books in here along with the lore books, and there's the Dirty Tricks. So if I left click on that, if we go to skills, you'll see under warrior skills now we've got Dirty Tricks. It's basically used to 25% chance to blind an opponent for 3 seconds. The more you increase that, the longer, the better the percent chance it will be. And an increase eventually on the time that they're going to be blind for. But we won't be using that anyway. I normally train the first skill book for each skill, and the rest I just sell, because they do fetch a good amount of money. So remember to grab them items. Okay, time to talk to Dalfar, and she's going to take us to our storage that we'll be using throughout the rest of our adventures.
Kisara mentioned you might have somewhere for me to put my things.
Let's get you settled. Take this. It'll be dark soon.
Okay, she's giving us a torch. Useful for the dark places.
This way.
Right behind you.
Well, are you coming?
Yeah, I'm coming. Come on, I'm waiting for you. Okay, so we're now going into the Orc base. Alsauna Interiors. And she's showing me to my room that I will be having throughout.
Here we are. It isn't much to look at, but it's home. Can't imagine a safer place to keep my things.
A fortified island. What's wrong with the locked chest?
Desperate times. Seems everyone carries a lockpick these days. Look, people need to eat, whether they can afford to or not.
Whatever works.
Have a look around if you'd like. Let me know if you need anything.
I'm sure you have better things to do than follow me around.
Just let me know when you've settled in.
Bored already?
Like I said, just let me know when you're ready.
Anyone ever sleep around here?
There'll be time for that later.
Okay, so here's my room. And first of all, there's a small healing potion and a mana potion. We'll grab both of them. Over here, though, is a chest. And this chest you will be using throughout your adventures in Two Worlds 2 for storing items you want to keep hold of. Because at the opposite end of that corridor, a door that is shut to us at the moment will eventually be opened. And the other side of it is a teleport. And we can use it from anywhere in the world to teleport back to, and therefore it's a short run across to this chest. So think of this chest as your bank within Two Worlds. It's where you're going to store all your belongings. Okay, and in here we've got an air effect spell card, we've got an air mastery skill book, we've got some money, a torch, and some crafting resources, and an alchemy. Oh, actually, no, that's meat, which we can just use to heal with. Now, if we take a look at the torch... Oh, it's in items. There's the torch. So, all the items within the items tab, you'll notice do not have weight. So, now you can pick up as many potions, as many torches, as many as books. All of these items, including the traps, do not have a weight attached to them. So you can carry as many as you want. And I think that is a really cool feature in Two Worlds 2. So I'm just going to grab all of this. Spacebar, remember? We'll grab everything. And let's learn that skill. I thought I had air mastery. If we just quickly go and look. Oh no, I haven't. Okay, that's cool. Nice that it gave us that. So now, I had a spell card for it, an air effect already. So now I can make it slightly more powerful if I wanted to go down the air spell way. Okay, so going back, we've got our equipment back. And next, after talking to Darfar, she's going to tell us to go to the blacksmith. And then we're going to look at how we can craft. And again, this is really cool. So let's go talk to Darfar.
Everything in order?
Yeah, what's next?
Yeah, what's next?
I have some things I need to handle. Take some time to get acquainted with Sokaris. He's been waiting for you near the forge.
Blacksmith. So, no rest and recovery then?
Just humor him. He doesn't get much company down there.
That's encouraging.
Find me later.
Right, okay, so now we've got to go meet Sakaris at the forge. He's the blacksmith and he's the first vendor that we can sell to. Here's the stairs coming down, just to orientate you. So you come down them stairs and your room's in that first to the left and left again. You'll find your room. And if you come down the stairs and turn right, this is where the blacksmith is. And he's going to tell us about how we can dismantle items and get resources.
You must be the prophet's human.
How did you?
You smell like a dungeon. Or a sewer.
You must be Sakaris. They didn't tell me you were...
Blind? They didn't tell me you were coming. I would have pretended to do something much more impressive.
Glad to see I'm not the only one with a sense of humor.
Or the ass end of a joke.
And quick.
If you say for an orc, I'll put you through a wall. So, ready to do a little work?
Sure. Hopefully we won't need to rebuild any walls.
First things first. I'm sure you picked up a few pieces of junk on the way here. Useful or not, we can salvage the parts.
For what?
Melt them down, repair other items. You pick up a few tricks after a while. It doesn't need to be pretty.
It just needs to work.
Exactly.
I'm ready when you are.
All right then. Let's put those pieces to good use.
Any ideas?
That's up to you. Can't exactly build a new sword from scratch, but you can reinforce the ones you have.
What about materials? Not all weapons are made the same.
You'll learn to recognize them. Iron, steel. If you can't tell wood from stone, well...
I get it. You and I can be archery partners. What comes next?
Stones. The magical kind. Should I keep talking?
Sure.
Sure.
First, let's see if you've been listening. Bring me 5 pieces of steel, and we'll go from there.
I'll just do these. I know, but...
Where can I find steel?
Use what you took from the Groms. Smash it to pieces and, well, there you go.
What if I didn't bring anything back?
Sounds like a personal problem.
Thanks, Sakaris.
Right, so we got to bring Sakaris 5 pieces of steel. If we go into our inventory... Now, with items, you can break them down into components, which you can see here. We got some leather, we got some fabric, and we got some steel. The only thing missing from these is iron. So if we break down one of the swords, so I'm going to break this one down. If we right click, we've got an option now to dismantle. If I click on that, it's saying if we dismantle it, we're going to get 2 iron, 1 steel. So I'm going to say yes. And now you can see we've got iron, leather, fabric and steel. The best ones to break down are the quivers, and let's show you why. So let's do this one. The quivers give us 1 wood, 1 leather and 1 steel. Now because we're a magus and we're going to be using magic, our weapon of choice of course is the staff, and yes, you guessed it, we're going to need wood for upgrading the staff. Now it may not sound like much, 1, 1 and 1 of each, but you know what, we're going to find tons and tons of arrows, and so breaking down your arrows is a great way for getting these particular resources. For the iron, of course, we have to stick to breaking down swords. Notice that that item is blue. That means it's unupgraded. So just to quickly run through the icons we're seeing over this, at the top, the sword icon, where it says robust quiver, under that it's got a sword icon and it's got the number 3. That's the damage the quiver will do. Next, the blue arrow is the distance the arrow will travel. The gold star is the level of the item, so it's a level 4 quiver, and underneath that the weight, so its carry weight is 2. So let's break that down. Arrows don't really sell for that much, so I'm always happy to break them down. Yeah, break that one down. Okay, I'm not going to break everything down. I've got enough steel to give him now because I want to sell some stuff. Money, remember, is important in the beginning of the game for just needing it for so many things. Right, so we got the steel.
Got the steel?
Have it right here.
Keep 'em. Use it to fix the junk you've been wearing.
Right.
All right. Let's move on to stones then. There are stones everywhere in Antalur, but what you're after are magical ones.
I'm not exactly the best mage.
Don't need to be. They're used to enhance your weapons or armor. Make them work different. Usually better.
Usually?
It'll take more than a few ales before Catarius will tell you that story. Look, just upgrade your weapons properly. There'll be an inlay. That's where you place the stones.
Easy enough.
I hope so. Can't be any clearer than put stones in items. Though, there are a few more tricks of the trade you'll pick up along the way. Care to learn a few?
Sure.
Not many know what I'm about to tell you. I had to learn the hard way, through trial and error. This is beyond even Gortarius.
I'm listening.
The secret to multiple stones is this. With the right amount of heat and pressure, you can fuse them together, yielding one massive stone. More powerful than the sum of its parts. You'd be a fool not to.
So, say I have 5 small stones. I can combine those to make a bigger one?
That's right. Then use it however you please. Like I said, it's always more powerful. Just something to think about. That's all I got for you at the moment. Maybe come back if you want to trade.
Right, okay, let's see what you got.
What you got.
Give me a moment to get things in order.
Okay, he's going to start talking again in a moment, so I'll let him do that. He did give us a book, if I just show you, called... Was it Attributes of Armor? Oh no, here we go. Craft your experience, upgrade your weapons. So in here it does give you a guide about that, but I'm going to prefer just to show. So I'm going to show this. Right, if we come out of here, wait for him to talk to me.
Looks like you'll be spending some time in the savannah.
Looks?
Am I holding something I could use to cave in your skull?
I take it you wanted something?
Ever heard of the Orcish rune?
Can't say I have.
It's an ancient artifact. Legend says that it was forged by Yathalin himself. Never made much sense to me. But orcs have always been better at telling stories than reading them. Point is, we caught word that it might be somewhere in the savannah of Eremos. Might be worth your time.
You want to stick it in the forge, don't you?
That sounds wrong.
Or you can sell it to someone and buy something worth killing with.
That sounded so wrong. You want to stick it in the... Oh, anyway, let's not go there. I'll take a look.
I'll take a look.
I can live with that. Good hunting.
See you. Take care.
Right, okay, so he's given us that quest, find the Orcish rune, but what we want to look at this particular moment is what he's been discussing, and that's crafting and upgrading of the R items. You'll remember in Two Worlds 2, the first game, that you just found weapons of the same type and you dropped one over the other to upgrade it. Well, it's done differently this time. Now you actually need materials and to upgrade the items, and you can then stick gems in them. Now the gems, I think they're called Mundus stones, there's 5 tiers of the gem, and the gems can have different effects, from increasing your willpower, so your different stats. It could increase your strength, your willpower, your accuracy, and also you can find gems which will increase your carry weight, and they're the gems I love finding, because I can get my carry weight really up high. So right, how do we socket gems into items? Well, you'll notice that some of the items are blue, which means they have a spell socket. So if I right click on this and click craft, you'll notice that there is a spell gem, a crystal socket there. So I could add a by left clicking on this, if I had any, I'd then be able to select them to socket them in to that. Down here you can see that I can upgrade and I can dismantle. Well, it's far quicker just to right click and dismantle if you're going to do that, but over here's the one, the upgrade option. I'm not going to upgrade that because it has a socket on it already. But let's show you then with this one. So you can see here with this short blade, it does 7 piercing damage, 0 blunt damage. It's showing 0 fire damage because I've currently got my staff equipped, fire staff, and so the fire staff gives 14 fire damage. So that's why it's saying minus 14 fire damage. Underneath that, 0.7 meter range. Underneath that is bonus % damage. Underneath that is the level. The gold star is the level of the item, so it's a level 5 short blade, and underneath that is the weight. So if I right click on this and craft, you can see to upgrade it I need 1 iron and 1 steel. Notice at the moment there is no sockets on this weapon. So if I upgrade it by clicking on this, you'll see that when I take it past level 5 to level to level 6, so it's currently level 5, when I do the upgrade it will get another level, so it'll be level 6. That will unlock a crystal, a gem socket on it. So let's do that. And there you go, bang, you got yourself a socket that you can now socket gems into. Bear in mind we're at the beginning of the game, it's going to be a long time before we probably get access to more gems, but I have got 1 gem, which was quite cool. So the more you upgrade a weapon, the more of these gem sockets you will unlock, and there's a maximum of 6 on this. There are 4 down here as well. Okay, so let's just close that. Over here on this quiver, you'll notice we've got that stone. So let's go to... Now we can either get the stone out by dismantling it, but I want to keep 1 quiver in my pocket, or we can get the stone out by crafting. There is the attribute crystal. It's the lowest tier, as you can see by the gold star. It's a level 1. If I left click, I can change the crystal in there. If I right click, I can remove the crystal. So let's right click. There you go. Now the gem socket is empty. And if I go to items, oh no, it's under actual, oops, sorry, it's under equipment that it puts them, of course. Oh, there's the timer. Down here you can see the actual gem attribute crystal. So let's go back to that sword, see the short blade, and it's got down at the bottom there, you can see the blue gem, and it's 0 of 1. So if I right click and do craft, I can now left click, and you see it shows you the crystals. At the moment I've only got this one, so if I left click, it's now equipped that in there. How cool and simple is that? So now if I hover over that, not only at a glance can you see the gem socketed in there, But when I hover over it now, you can see that where it shows the blue gem, it's 1 of 1, and you can see that I've got +1 to willpower, which gives me more magic damage and quicker mana regeneration. But obviously I'm not going to be using the short blade. So what I can do is right click, dismantle, and you'll notice by dismantling that sword, it will give me the attribute crystal back, 1 iron, 1 steel, and 1 iron and 1 steel. I'm not going to do that actually. What I'm going to do is craft it and grab it back by right clicking. Yeah, because I'm going to sell that. So there you go. That's blue items, you can see, have a gem socket on them, ready for you to apply. This one has 2, so don't think it's always going to be just 1 gem that you can put in. Different items will have different amount of gem sockets that you can place into it. Now this crafting, this socketing of gems and crafting, upgrading of your items, your weapons and armor, is linked to skills within your skills, in crafting skills. So if we go in there, you can see for the upgrading of your weapons and armor up to level 10 is done by metallurgy. Each time you upgrade that, it will allow you to upgrade your weapons and armor more. Then you've got your armor reinforcement. So once you've got metallurgy up to level 10, you can then unlock armor reinforcement, and then that takes it up higher. And you've got one for your weapons. Again, though, you need to get metallurgy to level 10. Here you've got shields. Here you've got the bows. If I was an archer, that would be the one that I would need. Alchemy, and this one here, the fusion. This is for your gems. Now you'll remember that Sakaris mentioned about combining gems to make them more powerful. Well, this is how you enable yourself to do that. At the moment, you can only combine level 1 stones. So I believe it'll let you combine level 2. No, it won't actually. It won't. So, but you've got to be careful with the combining, because you can actually lose stats from the gems, which I'm going to cover when I show that. For now though, bear in mind, to combine your gems you need to do this fusion skill. And remember, all the skills go up to a maximum of 10 points into them. Okay, so I think that's enough for now. For us, we're going to be using the staff, of course, which is covered under this metallurgy, but in order to upgrade my staff, because you may have been wondering why am I not upgrading my staff, well, let's show you. If I try to upgrade it, you'll see we need essence of fire. For each staff type, you can get a staff of water, air. You need then to have the essences, as well as wood, like I mentioned. So once I get 2 fire essences, then I can upgrade my staff, unlock, try and unlock one of these sockets, and then I can socket in that gem I've got, that crystal. Anyway, I'll end the episode here. The time has gone. Sorry about going over the time, but I did want to try and explain a little about the crafting side of the game. We will see more, because I will obviously be doing lots of crafting. Anyway, wherever you are in the world, God bless you and keep you safe. Thank you for watching and have a fantastic day, and thank you Tortoise Gaming once again for your insight into my sound problems. Bye bye.